You might be more familiar with Canaletto's dazzling views of Venice in Italy, with bustling boats, blue skies, and skylines peppered with historic clock towers and palaces. Here, though, we find Canaletto in England, 25 miles southwest of central London in a place called Walton, where a new bridge had just been built. With sketching implements in hand, Canaletto has even inserted himself into this scene, seated on a stool just left of the painting's centre. With a few deft daubs of paint to represent eyes and a nose, Canaletto fixes us with an arresting stare. So why did Canaletto swap the Rialto Bridge and the Grand Canal of Venice for Walton Bridge and the River Thames? The artist's remarkable views of the Italian city were commissioned by British visitors as souvenirs of the Grand Tour, a journey around the major cultural sites of Europe undertaken by British upper classes in the 18th century. When war broke out, Canaletto's British clients were no longer able to travel, so the artist instead moved himself to London. Canaletto quickly had to get used to the unpredictable British weather. This painting is dominated by an enormous black thundercloud, which threatens to plunge the whole scene into darkness. Streaks of rain surge down onto the distant horizon line. Yet Canaletto uses the atmospheric darkness of the clouds as a clever artistic device to allow the central man-made element of this painting to stand out.
Among Canaletto's British patrons was Thomas Hollis, a wealthy writer and philosopher. Hollis commissioned this portrayal of the first bridge over the Thames at Walton. The bridge was designed by William Etheridge and built in 1750. It was famous in its day for advanced engineering. Canaletto's interpretation of this scene includes Hollis, the man in yellow at the centre. The house, visible at top left, was part of an estate, Mount Felix, bought by Samuel Dicker, MP for Plymouth in 1746. His wealth derived at least in part from sugar plantations worked by enslaved labour. Dicker obtained an Act of Parliament in 1747 to commission and pay for the bridge to be built on his land to benefit river commerce. Despite his beautifully observed sky and scenery, here the artist chiefly celebrates human achievements. Canaletto's approach to landscape places humans centre stage, acknowledging their status and wealth. The prevailing aim of landscape painting of the first half of the 18th century was to create a beautiful scene in which, though incorporating real elements, nature was depicted according to classical principles of harmony and order. This reflected the belief that nature was something chaotic, so when people looked at a landscape, they saw potential to be tamed by human rationality and knowledge. Here, Canaletto has portrayed the scene with his customary attention to detail, but the work is also a tribute to man's triumph over nature. The aesthetically and technologically advanced Walton Bridge may symbolise this mastery, demonstrating how nature has been harnessed to serve human needs.